All right, good evening, everybody. Welcome back to Play the Hits. This is Final Fantasy VI, and I'm Turd Ferguson.
And this is Butt Muncher.
Butt Muncher. IP Daily. See more butts. God, remember those back in the 90s?
Oh my god.
That was good times. How you doing tonight, Max?
Pretty good. Actually, now coming to mind, we're playing Final Fantasy. I remember giving a lot of dirty names to the characters back in our Final Fantasy 4 days.
Yeah, Dick Fart. Starting this episode off on a classy note here. This is good.
Yeah, that's us. Oh, Jesus. A little bit late. I don't want to throw blame around, so let's just agree that it was both of our fault.
That's right. It always is.
No, that's my fucking computer. Sorry about that. Like, literally, probably, once I said a few minutes, it was probably like 5 minutes after that, but it literally took like 15 minutes from boot to getting to Discord. Like,
of course,
I definitely need a new computer. It's getting bad. I mean, there's the updates, but it's just, ugh.
Well, then at
this
that
thing
point,
can't run the Elgato worth of shit. Like,
right.
This is coming in nicely, thank goodness. But
that's good.
Yeah.
And strangely enough, I'm noticing on my end some lag on Twitch, but it could just be that I've got like 15 applications running at once on my PC, and it just...
Or like...
I mean, that happens sometimes, and the recording comes out just fine.
Yeah.
As long as it's not a RAM issue, which I checked beforehand, then it should not be.
You just upgraded your RAM to
32 gigabytes
now?
Yeah.
Nice.
And that was following an incident with Nick where I had that weird issue with my monitor and accidentally unplugged one of my RAM sticks and wound up with only 8 gigabytes for the last episode of Oxenfree. So that did screw up the recording, unfortunately.
Right. So is that why you went out and bought more RAM? Because you were thinking something was wrong with the RAM?
Well, yeah, it actually made me aware of an issue that we'd been having with Vanishing of Ethan Carter, which was that some episodes would come in like super blurry, even with, my 16 gigabytes of RAM.
Yeah. And I'm also thinking those 2 episodes of Illusion of Gaia that, wait a second.
Hello,
But that wouldn't make sense because that was recorded on my end.
Yeah, so what I ended up doing was I upgraded my RAM, and for the most part, that got rid of a lot of the issues with kind of motion blur and other just kind of weird artifacts that show up in more graphically intensive games. Do I have Strago even equipped with an Esper yet? I don't think so.
Oops.
Nope, still there?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, sorry, you said whoops, and usually that's an indicator that, wow, that was cool. Just fuck Terra with your last breath, yeah.
Actually, I remember these.
Oops.
Oh, yeah. Whoopsie doodle.
Good job, Chris.
Double whoops.
We're off to a great start.
Well, let's hope Strago doesn't level up.
Oh, Strago. Let's Phoenix down Terra and settle this whole thing. We need some curative magic, don't we? So, you guys just got back from Disney. How's that?
Oh, yeah. That was, oh my god, opening weekend at Star Wars. It was like kind of the perfect, a lot of things really went our way. I
was going to say, I imagine it wasn't too crowded.
No, that's the thing, is going down there, it's just like, I was pretty optimistic. It's like, it's going to be fine. The hurricane's not going to, oh shit, wow. Didn't like that.
No.
Hurricane's not going to hit us, everything's going to be fine. And it ended up being that way, but, going into it, I was kind of back in my mind thinking,
Yeah,
we'll
we're both going to die here at Disney, that's cool.
Which is worst case scenario. But, we might have to, like, hunker down for a little bit, so... Actually, the last 2 nights, we ended up upgrading our room just because, one, we ended up staying an extra day.
Nice.
Because flying out Wednesday might have been a problem. At least what we were thinking before we went down there is that Wednesday was going to be kind of like Tuesday, Wednesday be the worst.
Yeah.
So we ended up extending our stay a day.
You cut out there for a minute.
Oh,
for a
yeah,
hot
and actually,
minute.
The audio kind of cut it on my end too. So
cool. This is going to be a great night for recording.
We'll keep an eye on that. But we ended up extending it a day just to make sure. And we also changed our room for the last 2 days to a hotel that has a connected lobby, like, you know, a regular hotel does.
Yeah.
Because just to be kind of on the safe side, it's like if we had to get some amenities, get some soda, go to the front desk or something, that we wouldn't have to actually go outside for that. Because that's how most of the hotels on Disney's property are, is that there's all these barracks or something, you know, for lack of a better term, with all these rooms, and then they have their main mess hall / I don't know why I'm using army terms, but they have their cafeteria and their front desk. oh these aren't the actual, these are just representations.
Yeah, which is kind of weird because that confused the shit out of me, because like when you get to the floating continent later, I was always like, wow, why do they look so different?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. In this translation, they do call them the Warring Triad.
The Warring Triad, yeah. I like that a lot better.
Yeah. What were they called? Like, just the statues,
I think literally the 3 statues or something.
Yeah. Which, again, made me confused as a kid, because, well, here are 3 statues.
Well, here's the 3 statues.
Just fucking break them and not worry about it.
These are the ones. Like, no fanfare or anything. We just stumbled upon them.
Oh, man.
But, yeah, so it ended up being pretty good, and on Sunday, which is Addie's birthday, we ended up going to the Galaxy's Edge, and that was a lot of fun. And
you actually really made it in there.
We made it in there. They had what they call the extra magic hours.
Nice.
So
where everyone's just totally naked. Extra magic.
It's very extra.
Yeah, very extra magic. Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
Good stuff.
But yeah, we basically got to after a Uber ride where we got into an Uber with a Uber driver that did not speak a lick of English, and and when I say very limited Spanish, I mean very limited. Like I can throw a few kitchen terms his way, but all I could basically say was like
so then he just started shouting, "You're a racist, you're a racist."
The only English he knew.
Right.
Oh shit. No, but we got to Hollywood Studios, which is where Galaxy's Edge is, and they had it barricaded off.
Yeah.
And there was a few other people in cars. I asked them, and they said, "Oh, some people are trying to go around here." I went, we eventually went, and this the 3rd fight with Ultros.
Yeah. This one realm basically wins for you, though, if you
as long as you
hold out long
hit
enough.
Him once or twice, yeah. But basically couldn't get in that way, so we just went back to our hotel and took the bus in, but we still made it to the front of the line, and we're able to ride the one ride they have open right now, the Smuggler's Run, which is
cool,
really cool. Like, you get assigned.
Is that the one where you're in the Falcon, or?
Yeah, you're in the Falcon, and you're trying to like basically break off this loot that some other ship has with like your little grappling hooks, and then light speed it out of there, basically.
Okay.
And so they have it divided between 2 pilots, 2 gunners, and 2 engineers who like fix damage and do the harpoons.
Right.
But oh my god, I was an engineer, so it's like the most boring job, basically. So I kind of just got to enjoy the video.
The most boring job.
It is. But
of course, they put the one Mexican guy on maintenance. Yeah.
Right. Oh my god. Oh, Jesus.
Oh, no.
But the pilots,
Strega.
like, you literally get to take the handle and crank it forward to put it into light speed. Like, I was so jealous.
Oh, nice.
The ride's a lot of fun. So Galaxy's Edge was fantastic. I mean, it's just, you see the pictures and you see the videos and everything, but just being there is something different entirely. So it was a lot of fun.
Did you build a lightsaber?
No. Oh god, that's expensive.
Yeah, I've heard it's like $200.
Yeah, it's about $200.
I was thinking about doing it for Connor as like a surprise.
Oh yeah.
But I'm not sure that's gonna happen, because it turns out one of our babysitters has been fucking stealing from us. So.
Wait, what? What?
Yeah, so I have like a reserve of cash, just in my office, that I basically use for Christmas and like holiday spending.
Yeah.
And the closest we can figure is that one time Sarah dug $20 out of there to pay this babysitter, and she must have seen her do it, and that tipped her off, and so like all of a sudden I'm down like $600. So yeah, I've got to rebuild that, and I have like I have no hard proof that it was her. Like I couldn't possibly, say it, but like who the hell else would have taken it? So
That sucks, dude.
Yeah.
So you knew exactly like what was in there, and so you know
I
it's
kept good track of
$600.
it. It was about like 800 total, and then I gave some of it away to Sarah to help with some in-law issue, just like temporarily. And then when I went to put it back in, it's like, oh, there's only like $50 in here now, so that's pretty cool. So yeah,
Wow.
Long story short, I'm getting like a personal safe.
My God. I also want like personal safe is good, but I don't know. Like I don't know if you want to do the whole paranoid thing and go down the camera routes, but that was my first thought. I was like, oh geez, you want to hide a fucking nanny cam in a teddy bear?
Yeah, I have no camera, and like I did like a sweep of the media room and everything. There's nothing else missing of any value. There like wife's jewelry is all intact and stuff like that. So I'm thinking they must have just figured I can lift this cash and no one's going to be able to call me on it, because how am I ever going to prove, one, that it was them, and then two, that whatever cash they have in their possession actually belongs to me. So yeah. So that fucking sucked.
That really sucks.
And and I just found out about it this week too, with like fucking 3 months to go till Christmas. So I'm gonna be like scrimping and saving from here on out between now and December.
Or
so
find a way, like a second job, work those street corners or something.
Yeah, right.
I mean, but seriously, you know, hopefully there's something like just for as a very temporary. I'm trying to think like what, because I know you don't have like all this free time, you know, laying around. But I don't know.
If I'm being hopeful, a bunch of people could die, and I could get that sweet funeral money. Oh, Strago's dead now. Wait, or is he?
Oh, there we go. Battle
Octopus tentacle. How can this be? I'm nothing more than a stupid octopus. I love this part so much. Yeah, if I seem unusually cheery given that news, two things. One, I've already like processed it. Like I went from rage to grief.
Did the 5 steps.
Yeah, right. And I had a gin gimlet tonight, and it's just kicked my ass. Like, yeah, I don't know why. I put 1 shot of gin in there, and I'm like super tipsy.
Nice.
So I don't know.
Dude, that's the best.
I don't know if it's but I drink gin. I drink gin like it's my job. Or rather, I'm not an alcoholic. Gin just happens to be my go-to drink. So I know what 1 shot of gin does to me. It does not get me anywhere near what I am right now.
You know yourself, and so most of the time that's how it's going to be. But every once in a while, like
something
certain
just hits you
factors
funny,
align. Exactly, and so it's like whether it be what you ate that day, just your mood. I don't know what it is, but
the only thing
sometimes. That'll be like 6 glasses of wine and I feel nothing.
Right.
And then it'll be like 1 glass real quick and it's just like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what it is.
And I didn't drink it particularly quick. I drank it over the course of a half hour watching an episode of Parks and Rec with Sarah. And then like near the end of the episode, I'm like, wow, this is really like leveling me right now. And not like in a bad way. Not like I'm tired or I feel sick or I want to pass out. Just like I am unusually tipsy for 1 shot of gin and some lime juice.
So what is this you're drinking?
A gin so just
gimlet. A real gin. Okay. So nice and simple.
Yeah, simple syrup, lime juice, and gin. But the only thing I can figure is I worked out at the gym until about 8 o'clock, from 7 to 8. And I've eaten pretty light today, so maybe just there's like nothing to absorb. I don't know if there's any like actual medical merit to that. Like there's something in your stomach and it absorbs
definitely.
the alcohol. Okay.
Yeah.
So maybe,
especially when it
that's
comes to like fatty stuff.
Yeah.
But also if you're dehydrated, that can kind of speed things along too.
That makes sense.
Lead to a worse hangover if you were to go that far. Yeah. So I mean, hey, I don't hear you complaining. So
no, like I said, it's not enough that I like actually feel drunk, but it's enough that like all of my troubles and cares are not at the forefront of my.
They're a little farther away.
Yeah,
okay.
Exactly. Like my work week schedule is not on the radar right now.
Oh, did you go up Strago?
I equipped Strago. I did not.
But not Realm.
Let's see here. I'm at 54% with him.
Nice.
Let's see here. Realm, you're gonna
Pictomancer, I like that. That's definitely new.
Yeah. Let's give her some curatives here. That'll do. Seraphim. Yeah, dude, Realm
how are Realm stats like?
She's all magic.
She's all magic?
She starts
okay.
at 46 at level 19, which is higher than Terra at level 22. And Terra even had some Espers to pad that stat. So Realm is your mage. If you actually use her.
Which like Realm, and I've started using Gaw in my later years.
Oh, really? See, I never used Gaw.
Yeah, Gaw can actually be... I mean, if you get some things early on, he can be a little busted.
Yeah.
Sort of like, not Strago isn't busted, but if you get the Big Guard pretty early...
Oh, Mighty Guard, yeah.
Where do you get Big Guard?
I forget. When I was younger, I never bothered to learn how to do the
enemy... It's an enemy you fight before
right?
you get to Strago. And then you just go to the Veld and you could learn it like right now, basically.
Right, but you have to like control the enemy and make them use it on you, right? Is that how that works? Or is it just if they use it, he automatically learns it?
Yeah, but I don't think they hardly ever use it. What the heck is it? See, I'm gonna... Okay, like honestly, I'm gonna look it up because this is
that's worth getting.
I really should know this. Oh my god, it's like...
You can easily transform Strago into like an indispensable character.
Okay. Is it Mighty? I think these days it's usually called Mighty Guard.
Yeah.
I think it was Big Guard in the SNES.
Yeah, they just ran out of space in the
Strago
text box, so they called it Big Guard.
They did well. They did good for what they had.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
I actually think like FF3 on the SNES has a better translation than FF7 and 8 on the PS1.
Oh, definitely. The first run of that.
Yeah.
I mean, they haven't really improved on it.
And actually, speaking of which, I'm revisiting FF8, of course, since the remaster just came out. I really wish they'd done something with the translation. Like,
with FF8?
Yeah, like, if they're not, like, redoing the entire script, maybe just, like, polish some lines, because, like, I didn't notice it when I was a kid, of course, because what did I have to compare it against? But, I mean, it's real, like... Characters just say stuff that are like way out of their personalities and like lines that just kind of hang or like leave you hanging and stuff like that. Like it's not as bad as 7, and I think that's why I thought it was as great.
It wasn't too bad, but I guess maybe I got to play through it again.
No, it was more comprehensible than 7, but there's some real just like how do I even describe? Maybe like needless westernisms, I guess, like Squall, who's supposed to be like this really sober, serious character, right? Like he'll talk about like the way he'll talk is like, well, what's a good example? Hey, I'm thinking we shouldn't be doing this, or something like that. You know, just like needless, like
needless,
Squall is hip.
Mannerisms.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
And it's not just Squall, actually. Like, that just seems to be how every character talks. You know, like... Oh, I don't know. Like if someone's trying to sound punk, they'll use a lot of abbreviations. You know? But, like, everyone does that in that game.
Okay. Mighty Guard, I'm looking at, like, the Caves of Narsh, which have, you know, basically their databases. It says it's first available in World of Ruin.
Oh, really? Maybe you're thinking of a different move.
In the World of Balance. Blah, blah, blah.
Or maybe it's one of those secrets that's so old school that it has just been lost to time.
Yeah, but doing a little bit of Googling, I can't find it being in the World of Ruin. Is it the land ray?
Dude, like, turn on, like, your search criteria and make sure all of the websites are from, like, 2000. And then,
okay.
There you go.
Don't make it too new.
Yeah, look for, like, an old GeoCities FF6 fan page. That's where you'll get the straight dope.
All right.
Dude, I had one of those GeoCities pages back in the day. Do you remember that?
Did you?
Yeah, and in fact,
I remember GeoCities.
Your brother set it up for me.
Oh my god, Jim did?
Because, I had no idea what I was doing. He just made, like, this domain with GeoCities for me. And I just had, like, a really, like, bad amateur FF6 fan page.
That's awesome, dude.
Yeah. I think it was called,
really
like, SabinFF6.com or FF3 .com because like all the other domain names were used. And so I just went with my favorite character and name. So
You know, I wonder about that sometimes, like as far as like these URLs that are being taken up.
Yeah.
I mean, there's English is a very vast language, but it's limited. There's going to become a time. I think we're already getting there where we're kind of running out of URLs, and I'm thinking about like handles on social media too when it comes to like small businesses.
Yeah.
It's like, what if you have like a good idea, but someone else took it 14 years ago and they're never using it?
I'm like trying to scoop up play the hits ! Everywhere I can. While we can. And now watch
that's
that I've said
idea.
That other
you
people
that,
who watch this video are going to
one person who's watching is just
like I'm going to fucking dig with these guys. They turn like play the hits into like a massive porn chain.
So the first availability I'm seeing is, you fight the land ray that kind of dies instantly on the island Celeste first wakes up on.
Oh yeah, okay.
So and that actually, looking at the enemy, it's like, yeah, that's it. So it is the World of Ruin, because once I saw what the land ray looks like, it's like, oh yeah, that's definitely the thing I'm thinking of.
Yeah.
So and sketch is the way to do it, because it'll just die pretty quickly. So
I like how. Side note: I like how everything in the scene is like totally cool, and all of a sudden, douchebag here comes along. Like even his own soldiers are like, "What the hell?" Like, last I saw this maniac, he was safely behind a jail cell. Like,
yeah, this is kind of when shit hits the fan. It's like, wait.
I mean, it's implied that Gestalt let him out, but I'm always thinking like, how many soldiers in Vector are just lying there like with slit throats right now because Kefka got a hold of like a fucking toothpick. It's like, Jesus Christ, put it down.
Now, what do you think with Leo? I mean, obviously Leo has a conscience, so I think it's something along the lines of like maybe Cecil, where they're seeing that Leo's a little too like, yes, we're finally doing the right thing.
Yeah, he's a little too naive.
Gestalt and Kefka are a little bit like, okay.
Gestalt and Kefka are in cahoots, and Leo is the pawn in this case.
Probably. I think once they saw, I don't know if they were always going to kill him, but I think.
Yeah, like,
or maybe they've been looking at it for a while.
I don't know.
It's
I
he's
think,
not really on board with all this.
I think if Gestalt had his way, I think Leo would have been left alive, and he would have just kept like sweet talking, like, "Oh, what happened in Thamasa was regrettable, but we needed the power of the Espers, and they wouldn't cooperate," or something like that. Or he would have tried to, get more out of Leo. But Kefka just doesn't give a shit.
Oh, okay. So you think?
I think Kefka's going rogue here. Yeah,
okay.
I think he's doing his own thing. I mean, he's getting the Magicite for Gestalt, which are just like his loose orders, but like the killing civilians and taking out Leo, that's just Kefka being Kefka.
That's just Kefka, and I can see that for sure, because he has a screw loose.
And Gestalt is like so power hungry that he doesn't really care one way or the other.
He's just like, don't even tell me about it. Just get it done. Do what I told you to do.
Right. Because Gestalt shows like on the floating continent that was his plan all along. Use Kefka until he's all powerful and then dispose of him.
Yep. Yeah. And that's the next time you see them with each other,
right.
is floating continent.
But by the time he actually moves on that plan, Kefka's a step ahead of him. So.
Yeah. Seeing I just love the shock animation.
Yeah, shock is tight. But this is cool too, because Leo actually wanted Leo. Leo has the Master Scroll, so he can also attack 4 times. Pretty tight. Which still doesn't do as much damage as shock, which basically makes me think like shock is like a proto-Ultima, because I mean this thing is really powerful for the point in the game that you're at. Look at this.
It is.
Doing like 200
like almost
hit,
2,000.
And there's 1,400, yeah.
Yeah.
Leo's a beast. Always the consummate soldier, yeah. And so even here, like, when Leo thinks it's Gestalt, he's willing to listen. I don't know why he actually believes that this is Emperor Gestalt, because Kefka's clearly a maniac with superpowers. I love how belabored this is.
Creepy.
I need you here. Yeah, see, again here. Like, Leo, come on, man. You're a little too gullible. I mean, it's kind of amazing that Leo hasn't died sooner. I mean, he's a really strong guy, but... Yeah, see, like, I think this is what Gestalt would have done. Like, I understand your point, Leo, and this will never happen again, and just try to keep Leo working for him. Yeah, and then you're right. He kind of has like his Cecil moment here. Like, what have I been fighting for? But too little, too late.
Oh my god.
Long vacation. You talking paid or? Now, what I don't understand here is like Kefka gives him like 10 seconds to react, and he still gets stabbed. Like all of a sudden, like Leo just forgets how to fight. Oh wow, that's a good line.
Yeah.
Or retranslation. Kefka, you utter bastard. Now I picture him with a British accent. Such a violent little brute. Yeah, see, Kefka. Yeah, he is going rogue. He says, "I'll tell Gestalt I had to exterminate a traitor." So Gestalt didn't know.
Interesting. He acted pretty well. He did some good acting. You know, I can imagine the translation, like almost like the accent, just the mannerisms of Gestalt and everything.
Right.
So I don't know. He's obviously crazy.
Oh yeah, without question.
But he, you can't get that far just being crazy. You know,
right.
You have to act with a little purpose too.
See, now this also is what made me think originally that this was going to be the final dungeon.
Oh yeah,
because it's like, it's opening back up.
Final dungeon. I mean, you're getting plenty powerful at this point, but it's also like you don't have the ultimate magics. You don't have like the level 3 magics. Your HP isn't really all the way there.
Oh no, you're still not even like at 1,000 yet for most characters.
But at the same time, you get to the floating continent. All that stuff's going on. You have this happening. It's like, is this the end? Like,
well, what I originally
the game's
thought,
gone on for like 20 hours or more at this point.
Well, and I was thinking too, the very first time I played this game, I distinctly remember thinking the floating continent, we're going to go up there, we're going to take out Gestalt, but then we've got to go down into the Esper place and stop Kefka from like taking all their magic or whatever.
Oh, okay. So
that's how I saw that playing. Like, I actually figured that Kefka was going to be the final boss, but I was wrong in the delivery, like in like the whole apocalypse happening.
See, for me, I figured like true FF style.
They were going to reveal other.
Oh no, I figured it would no, that wouldn't surprise me, but I figured that you would be going somewhere else, whether it be Kefka's Tower is one thing. But either another dimension or
maybe like the land
like
of the Espers is like its own second world map or something.
Yeah,
that would have been kind of cool.
I didn't imagine the same world, only shittier. Was definitely a surprise. I mean,
yeah, dude, like this.
I guess
this
as
game,
kids, who could have seen that coming?
Yeah, I kind of wish I could go back and experience it for the first time all over again, because this was massive. Like the developments that happen in the next hour or so of this game.
Yeah. And it was like, I remember just watching my brother play it when I was a kid, and you see just like kind of the world exploding. And then I thought, as a kid, I was like, oh my god, the oceans are full of blood.
Yeah,
like,
right?
It's
and that's kind of the thing. You're not too far off either, because like you said, those enemies on the island with Celeste that just kind of like die instantly, like it kind of implies, that the water's
probably
poison. Yeah, right.
Dirty.
It's like uninhabitable, basically.
I mean, Cid's dying, you know.
Yep. Now, how freaking powerful is Kefka that he's able to just do this?
Honestly, and that's the thing, they're trying to kill him, and he's not having it.
No.
That's not a trick.
And that's... The last time we saw Kefka was at the bridge, in the land of the Espers, and they, like, took him out and your party out like it was nothing. So, just between now and then, like, he's either, like, abused enough magicite that he's that strong, or he's developed some new technology.
With you the whole game.
Yeah, or he's just been playing coy, which is also a distinct possibility with him.
Yeah, wouldn't surprise me.
Either way, like what we're getting off on here is that Kefka is like the best villain.
Oh yeah, he is. I mean, there is some bias there for sure. You know,
oh yeah, definitely. But at the same time, like no other villain, like in the entire series, quite plays with you the way he does, except for Arden in FF15.
I think Arden gets close. I was just about to say.
I was going to say, like my top 3 villains in the entire Final Fantasy series are Kefka, Arden, and Vayne from FF12.
12.
And Vayne, for like if you ever get to play that game, you're gonna love Vayne, because like he does something totally different than Kefka does. He's just like a complete political schemer, and he plays his hand brilliantly.
See, so, like, it's also the degree
Kefka's,
of, like,
they
find success, too. Like,
yeah, right.
Kefka got what he wanted.
Yeah.
You know?
But what he wanted was fucking stupid, yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's just like, who the fuck knows? Yeah. I mean, at the end, it was just like, well, just get rid of everything. Like, everything he did was just on a whim.
Oh,
you know?
yeah.
I know he had some purpose. He didn't really... He probably planned a little bit, you know? But
wait, Kefka or Arden?
Kefka.
Oh, I was
Arden,
gonna say,
definitely.
Yeah. Arden planned that shit, yeah.
Arden planned everything to a T.
The crazy thing is, Arden basically kind of brought the world into a sort of a similar apocalypse.
Yeah.
But, like, that was just secondary. Like, that really didn't matter. That was
all selfish.
Yeah, it was all just for revenge.
That was all just to fuck with Noct.
Right. Like, if it wasn't about revenge, Arden didn't have interest in doing it. Like, Kefka just likes chaos and disorder and being a maniac.
I guess closer to the Joker in that way.
Yeah, right. And I mean, you can very clearly see the ties that are quite similar. I mean, being a clown and being completely nuts.
Yeah.
But then Vayne is like the polar opposite. He's not about revenge, and he's actually not a crazy person.
He's about power.
Yeah, he's more like Gestalt if Gestalt were, you know, more competent.
Put his eggs in the right basket.
Yeah, exactly. Like Vayne, like throughout the entire story, and I'm trying to say it carefully so I don't spoil it, but with Vayne, like basically everything you do is like playing right into his hands up until like the 11th hour of the game. Like you basically just hand him power and defeat his enemies for him, and you know, and it's almost like it's kind of a weird perspective for a Final Fantasy game, because, you know, in like Final Fantasy VI and Final Fantasy VII, right? Like, you're the only group of heroes in the world that can possibly stop these like insane people from destroying it, right? Like with Vayne, you're not really even a blip on his radar until you get into the capital city of the Empire, and then he's like, oh, hey, so there's like someone intruding upon my my Magitech research facility. I better stop them. And like that's the very first time that Vayne even acknowledges you. And so like his scheming, his politics and stuff, they all have to do with something that you're like not even privy to. And you just happen to be like this ragtag group of adventurers who like caught in the middle of his grand schemes. And so and I think that's ultimately like why he's able to even be taken down, is that he doesn't even see the main party of that game as a threat until they're like knocking on his doorstep.
Yeah. That's something I've noticed with the newer Final Fantasies that partly I don't like. Not what you're saying as far as like not seeing them as a threat. I actually like that, where it's just like, oh, you're not the most seen as the most important people in the world necessarily.
Right, yeah.
But something I'm noticing is that you're playing into the villain's hand for I mean, if that's for a while, sure, but I think about FF13, pretty much to the very end of the game.
Yeah, 13 was way too nebulous.
Is that it was just like, you're doing exactly what I want. It's like, really? You know? Yeah. And then 15, again, I like 15. I like the story and I like Arden. Yeah. But it was every single thing went according to plan for him.
Oh, yeah, right. Like, you were totally, like, out of control in that one.
Yeah, it was... I mean, to the point where he's, like, tagging along with you, just like...
Yeah, right, like, driving your car and picking you up and giving you lifts. And, yeah, right.
Looking back on that, they might have just been like, fuck. This
like,
guy
dude,
played us.
Anyone else not fucking trust this guy? Like, maybe we should kill him or something.
Yeah.
Like, I hate to sound callous or anything, but...
It just kind of makes, you're getting stronger along the way, and that was definitely, like, illustrated in 13. That was the whole point, is, hey, we want you to get stronger so you can kill me competently. But at the same time, it's just like, well, what am I... There's, like, no free choice, really. I'm not doing this.
Right.
Like, I'm only doing this because you're making me, or
so,
this
like,
is all according to plan anyway.
Arden's whole thing was that he wanted to... He didn't just want to kill Noctis. He wanted to humiliate him and, like, take everything away from him first, and then kill him. And as a result, like, he basically ended up killing himself because he just waited too long. Like, he put Noctis in the crystal and gave him, like, 10 years to get stronger. And, like, he wanted an even fight, and then he didn't think that he would actually lose an even fight, and he did.
Yeah.
so like it just turned out that like at the end of the day, Noctis was just strong. Like it's like you said, you played into his plan right up until the very end of that game, but it just turned out Noctis was stronger.
But do you think? Because I feel like it's very likely that Arden wanted to die too. Like that was part of the prophecy.
Oh yeah, I think after killing Noctis, Arden would have just either killed himself or faded off into obscurity somehow, or like I don't know what he would. I don't even think he knows what he would have done after killing Noctis.
Because that was his singular purpose.
Right, because that was all he had. So like I said, like in most cases like that, either the person is suicidal and they give up after they have their revenge, or, you know, like I said, he would have... I don't think he would have ruled, because he didn't intend really on ruling anything. Like, no. he thought the world had betrayed him, kind of like the opposite of Kefir.
Yeah, I don't think he cared about the world anymore.
Yeah, so there was some revenge there, too. But, like, with Vayne, like, the thing that got him was, like I said, he really underestimated your party until it was too late. But then also, like, all of his resources and all of his time and effort was, like, spent on, like, this grand battle that was supposed to be, like, two armies fighting each other. Like, he never thought that, you know, someone was actually going to come after him, and if they did, he was going to be in, like, this impregnable fortress.
Okay.
But then, like, these
so is he trying to, like, play from the shadows a little bit more?
Right, yeah.
Or...
Well, not really. I mean, like, he was very public, but he just thought...
Okay.
It would be like if you or I were to go up and, like, challenge the president to a fist fight. Like, that just couldn't happen, right?
Yeah.
And that's basically, like, what he was counting on, was that he was too big to get killed. And then all of a sudden, these six nobodies show up, and, oh, crap, I have to defend myself.
Gotcha.
Yeah, right. And that's pretty much it. Like, because you don't even see Vayne in combat, like, until it's time to fight Vayne.
Yeah.
And so
I think
again,
at this point,
he's like this very different
FF12,
kind of villain. Yeah.
Having it on the Switch, having the fast forward options and all that, it's just like, okay, like,
what am I doing?
I got no excuse. You know, that and now Dragon Quest, I got that 10-hour demo I want to try out, because you can transfer your save. Basically, you do this 10 hours demo, and then it's like, okay, you can play the game now and continue where you left off. I think that's ace marketing from Nintendo and Square. That's smart.
That is the most brilliant idea for a demo I've ever heard. Yeah.
I mean, to give that much in a demo, but at the same time, the game's like, what, over 100 hours?
Yeah.
So
it's
if
like
they think they're making an investment,
long.
And speaking of which, I'm like 68 hours into that game. But
dude, nice. You're scratching the halfway point.
Yeah. Right. At the same time, I've definitely slowed down. One was the trip, but two, one, Addie got interested. She was like, "Oh, I want to see story," and I was like, "Okay." But then it was like, "Okay, but don't be playing this all the time. How about we mix some other stuff in?" It's like, "Okay." So
right.
Get like the Horizon back in there, and now Celeste released Chapter 9 today. We haven't played it yet, but that'll be something we do at some point too, to kind of finish that game up. So.
Okay, so here's that EXP thing you were talking about. Everyone seems to be.
Oh, this was
about
one of the points of the game.
That's
that happened.
Nice. That's very nice. Okay, so basically, I don't have to worry about power leveling anybody. This should be sufficient to go to the
you
floating
just take
continent.
Who you want.
Yeah. Now
so,
the question is: is there any gear or magicite or side quest to finish up in the World of Balance? Because this is it.
And who
did I say we were going to take?
I'm already on frickin' the. Let's see.
So it's 3 characters, and Shadow joins us once we get to the floating continent. We have to have him. So let's see. I think take Celeste. Celeste and the twins, maybe?
Well, let's see. I mean, I feel like
because we'll
Edgar
already have
for sure, or no,
fast
Sabin
character.
for sure.
With Shadow, we'll already have a fast dual-wielding character, so Locke wouldn't make a lot of sense.
Yeah, maybe
but
not
then
Locke.
I've also had Locke in my party enough that he actually knows some pretty decent magic. So maybe we're getting near the end of this episode. He's
like your attacker and like backup mage, sort of.
Yeah, like maybe between episodes, I just round out these characters' magic a little bit. That might make the most sense.
Okay.
So are there, going back to my original question, are there any side quests or things like that I have not really done?
I'm going backwards and seeing. Let's see.
Didn't I get a new
Come on.
Spear for
I don't
Edgar?
think so.
I didn't. Okay. Give him the ultimate weapon. Golden shield. We're in good shape there. I think there's some stuff I can buy from Thamasa, right?
Let's see.
That should have like the gear that takes me through the floating continent.
Preparation for the floating continents. Blah blah blah. Buy some ninja tools. Yeah, why not?
Oh yeah, for
Oh,
sure.
actually, that's a good idea.
Because we have to use him. Yeah.
Okay.
Actually, let's do that right now. While we
40
remember.
lightning scrolls, 20 flame scrolls.
Whoa, really?
Water scrolls are useless. Those cost a lot of money though, don't they?
Yeah, I'm not buying anywhere near that. I'm gonna
Those cost,
stock
like,
up
in
on
the
some
thousands.
Phoenix Downs, maybe.
But I mean, I think some lightning and flame scrolls is definitely a good idea.
Lightning and flame. Okay.
Let's see.
Ether hypo. Okay, I'm in.
I guess
decent
those are in
shape.
Kohlingen. I was just called it
Kohlingen?
Kohlingen, but I know it's Kohlingen. Or
Hey,
something.
Kohlingen man.
Kohlingen man. Yeah, that's what
You
I was
remember those
thinking of, actually.
commercials like where like
Yep.
the sexy redhead MILF is like sleeping with the Kohlingen man?
I think we remember those a little bit differently.
That's how
Dude,
I always interpreted that.
I swear to God, I saw one of those commercials like a few months ago.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I was thinking like, where was? Okay, unless that was a dream, because I also remember seeing it at a movie theater, and it's like, wait, that makes 0 sense. So maybe it was a dream.
She's fucking the Kohlingen man.
I don't like this one bit.
we got our episode title at least. Okay,
geez,
let's see here. Tiger
Blah
mask.
blah blah. I'm just looking at stuff to do.
Yeah, no, go for it. That's
Nice,
what I
so-
need.
The Emperor's Attain. Blah
that
blah
mystery
blah. More
fails.
pressing issue. Blah blah blah.
I'll need a second one of. Nope, actually, I've only got one, and that'll go to Shadow. Gaia gear.
No, this is. We
Oh, actually, let's buy a second one just in case.
You want to board the blackjack. Blah blah blah. Change party. Blah blah blah. Oh, okay.
Ah,
It
I
talks about
see.
getting some lures if you want.
Not really. I mean,
Yeah, let's see,
nothing that can't be
Doom,
done in the world of Ruin, right?
Discord. Level 3 Confuse. Level 4 Flare. Level 5 Death.
Those level 5 ones are useless.
Heck yeah,
I mean, unless we're
honestly.
going like on a completionist run through of this.
Yeah, level 3 Confuse and Flare is like, oh, yeah, okay. What does Traveler do?
Traveler. I seem to remember that, but I don't
Traveler
remember what it does.
is a brilliant attack with fixed damage. I don't remember this one. It's non-elemental, barrier piercing, and the direct output of a simple mathematical formula. The damage you deal is created by the number of steps your party has taken.
Dude, this is a
Divided
video game.
by
I don't want to do
32.
math.
That's weird. The MP it costs is calculated by the number of minutes you've played divided by 30. What the fuck?
Whoa. Yeah, screw that noise.
Oh,
Just leave your
I
game on
remember
overnight.
that. I know what you're talking about. The unseelie. Now that I'm seeing the enemy, it's like, oh, I know exactly what they're talking about. I remember that. Okay.
Dude, Celeste is really behind in Magic right now. She doesn't even know Kira. Yeah. Between episodes, I'm just going to have to go through and not power level, but definitely get
The only
everybody
other
up to
thing
speed with Magic.
is Doma Castle is opened up.
Doma Castle. What's there?
Let's see.
Anything good?
Oh, that was right. But remember when we talking to the soldiers and they said, "Oh, this is not occupied anymore, and this is not," and blah blah blah.
Mm-hmm.
Doma was one of those, and we didn't go back. But let's see. High Ether, Elixir,
Hey,
X
couldn't hurt.
Potion, blah blah blah. Phoenix Down, Prayer Beads.
Do I have a Vigor +2 already? I do. Bismarck, yes. Give that to Sabin and let him kick
Oh,
more
it
ass.
also depends on if this version of the game, if they work or not. Prayer
What's that?
beads are broken in all versions, but the advanced game.
Oh, well, I
so-
don't think this version did any glitch fixes. I think it just altered the translation.
Prayer beads give the character 20+% evasion. Ooh.
Let's go check out Doma here.
When a physical attack is performed on a
There it
character
is.
with prayer beads, the hit rate of the attack is halved. Attacks which always hit due to a perfect hit rate or another circumstance will still always hit. So
Wait a minute.
evasion
Sorry, go on.
and the hit rate is halved. Okay, so basically it's like a nice evasive tool if it works in this version.
I gotcha.
Okay, that's about it. And aside from that, going to Doma, and if you wanted to learn rages and what do you call it?
Dude, I just realized
doors, which we don't really care about.
I totally forgot like the world map of this game. Here's Doma. I'm so used to the world of Ruin. It's been a while since I've...
Honestly, yeah, that's what I remember more of this game, which is sad. But that's where most of your side questing happens.
Right. Now, where are these things in Doma Castle?
Well, the rooms to the right.
There's one.
Well, there we go. There's a high ether. Check that. Yeah, there you go.
Yep. Always check the clocks.
Let's see. X potion is in the room where Cyan. Yep.
No, what? I didn't need to do that.
Nice. When you go outside on one of the okay. So the X potion should be in here. Wait, is this the room? No, it's not the room. Okay. So where Cyan found his family was like their bedroom, which I think is if you go out and to the right. Oh, there we go.
Dude, I have a strangely weird memory for these kinds of things. It's not just like a treasure room.
I think it's up here.
Just all over the place. Yeah.
Here we go, yeah.
X potion.
There you are.
Nothing else in here?
And let's see. When you go outside one of the walls, you can find a little room with a phoenix down and the prayer beads. Okay, so
Phoenix down and prayer beads. Where's that?
A little room somewhere out here.
Out here. Like at the exterior of the castle?
Outside on one of the walls.
Outside on one
There's
of the
a little
walls.
room.
Oh, here we go.
Here we go.
Bingo. Phoenix down. Prayer beads. So what are the prayer beads supposed to do?
Supposed to do 20+% evasion, and they half the hit rate of attack as like a secret thing.
Oh, so never use them.
Honestly, it's not the greatest thing. I mean, if you know there's like a boss that relies on physical attacks, maybe.
Yeah. Well, wait, didn't you just say, though, that it also cuts your accuracy, too?
No, it cuts their physical attack.
Oh, I see.
Or their hit rate.
Okay.
So 20+ evasion for you, and then a hit rate is halved by the enemy.
Oh, so that's actually not bad.
It even boosts that better.
Right. Well, that's actually not bad, then. Okay, but for right now, I think we want to do white.
Aside from that, it's getting some shurikens and some flame scrolls and lightning scrolls.
Yeah.
For Shadow.
Let's see, what did I have on Edgar? Berserk and Confusion, Dragoon Boots. It's really not necessary to have with Edgar since he just uses his tools.
Yeah.
Even though he is the best candidate for that.
He is the best candidate for the Dragon Boots. But yeah, kind of funny.
Yeah, his
the tools really moot his expertise with the spears. Mog is good with spears.
Up his strength. And what the white cape is just a damn good accessory. I mean, not only does it give you like minor status protection, but it boosts your stats pretty good too.
Yeah.
Sabin, more offensive. I think I want to do the black belt with him in the hyper wrist.
What I'm just trying to think. This game, trying to think what other games had block capabilities, and I feel like this is the only game. Because other
like
games it's just
block?
evasion. There's defense and magic defense, and then there's evasion, and that's most of the games. But this game had the shield mechanic,
right? Where you could
block.
actually block magic. Yeah,
you could just be like. It's not even a miss. It has nothing to do with evasion. It's just like, hey, blocked it.
Yeah, hey, your magic.
I liked that.
Yeah, which is kind of funny because that's what Kefka was doing against those Espers. They were trying to magic him, and he just pulled out like 3 different shields. And
that's the thing, is it, yeah, that was cool.
Like, I want whatever shield he's got.
Enemies can't do that to you, but it's just, all it does is it benefits you. It kind of lessens the threat of magic against you in this game. That's about all it does, and I don't know. I think that's cool.
Anything?
Obviously, there's the Meteor, Ultima.
Yeah.
That kind of stuff. You can't.
Yeah. The World of Ruin. It's like the best defense is a good offense.
Basically, yeah.
Is there any other place to go?
Do you want to go to Kohlingen?
Get Kohlingen.
Where the frick is Kohlingen?
It's somewhere. It's one of these towns. I forget which one.
It's one of these 8 towns in the world. Huh?
Down here is Gidor, right? Because we went over that. I think Kohlingen might be further up here. Wait, was that? Yeah, that's Zozo. We don't want to go there. Zozo. There's a town. Maybe this one. Maybe. If it's not here, it's down by the Empire. Nope, here it is. Okay.
Hey, good thinking.
Yeah. Alright, what do you got for me, man? That's not true. Oh, you're not the item shop owner at all, are you?
You're just some guy behind a counter.
You're just some filthy barkeep. Here we go. Alright, general store. Nope. Oh, it's got to be in the weapons store then.
Unless one of these guys has... Oh, wait, they're all connected.
Okay, here we go.
Here we go.
Now, which did you say,
Oh,
lightning?
they're not that expensive. Yeah, bolt and fire.
Okay.
And these are cheaper than I thought.
Yeah,
I mean,
but not like buy them out cheap. Yeah. Alright, so 6 of each. I guess that we're gonna have to get by. I mean, I don't recall being overly reliant on them anyways.
Yeah.
They'll be good to have. But then I'll also have 20 shurikens. So Shadow's gonna do just fine for himself.
Yeah. He'll never have to do a crappy attack if he... Well, I mean,
he'll have the Genji
enemies
glove,
are
so he'll
weak.
be serviceable, yeah. But really, that'll just serve to boost his stats for the throwing.
All
But
right.
yeah, that's gonna have to
The boss
be...
fights coming up are actually a little difficult, if I remember. Like the when you're on the airship.
Yeah, like comparatively.
Yeah, it was Ultros and Chupan.
Yeah.
That's kind of a hard fight, and then before that is the frickin' arms or something.
Right.
Oh no, it's
that was
blimp.
back in
it's
the...
that fucked up blimp.
Yeah, that weird-ass blimp with the face.
Yeah, the blimp for some reason has given me some difficulty in the past too. So.
As long as you use thunder on it, which is, again, why I'm just gonna, between episodes, boost these guys' magic capabilities a little bit.
Yeah,
these will also
lot.
be 3 characters that I get back for the World of Ruin right away, so it'll...
Pretty quickly, that's a good idea.
It'll be good to
thinking.
have them armed and ready to go. In fact, maybe I'll
Okay.
even bring Setzer into the mix and let him get a little magic as well. But yeah,
Okay.
next time on Play the Hits, we're going to the floating continent and then to the World of Ruin. So
88 gil.
yep, with 88 gil to our name. We're moving places, Max.
Yep.
All right, we'll see you next time.
See you next time.